Hi, my name's Faye and I'm married to Paul. We have 4 children and I grew up in Wickham in Newcastle with my mum because my parents divorced when I was about 5 years old, and I really didn't have a personal relationship with God, but I always believed in God. But I used to go to church buildings when I was upset. Then from the age of about 16, I was never without a boyfriend because I was quite insecure and I always wanted someone around who would tell me that they loved me. And then I went to university. I went to the University of Leicester and I ended up living a fairly wild student life. I would say I had an increasing sense of emptiness, and I was trying to fill it with all the wrong things. So, drinking and sometimes drugs and relationships, and I was wearing provocative clothes because I thought that would get me attention and help me to feel better about myself. Then after uni I moved to London, and on the surface everything was brilliant, a degree, job, living in the city, but underneath I was really unhappy, and a girlfriend at work invited me to a gospel concert, and I thought, oh, I'll go to that. I like gospel music. And I turned up at the Hackney Empire that Sunday, and the guy at the front just started speaking about Jesus and saying that Jesus had been punished for my sins in my place, so that I didn't have to be, and that I could get to know him. And I thought, you know what, I have tried everything else. And I went down to the front and I was just crying, and I thought, you know what, I don't have to try and live my life on my own anymore. So Lord, here I am. And God's done loads of things since then, but just like 3 quick things. An addiction to smoking was broken immediately. From never being able to be single, I was able to be single for the first time. And I said to God, how long am I going to be single? And he said 4 years, and it was actually 4 years to the month that I married Paul. And in 2004, I suffered a postnatal psychosis, which in layman's terms means that you have a baby and then go completely nuts. And I was so ill that I actually had to be carried out of the house by 4 policemen and ended up in a room with like 2 slits for a window. It was really that bad. But it's only when something like that happens, where the bottom absolutely falls out of your world, that you realise how much Jesus is a rock that you can stand on. You can totally trust in him, totally depend on him, because he was right there with me. And from being so ill, that happened in the February, I was actually back at work in the October, so that was brilliant. And the Bible says, taste and see that the Lord is good, and I've found that to be definitely true.